Chat, today we are going to rank every single weapon in Warzone, besides secondaries and shotguns, because if you use a shotgun, you're a bit... We talked about this yesterday. Cold War AK-47.
B.
Think B?
That's the hardest B in this list. Cold War AK-47 is the hardest B.
You're going to make a lot of people mad with that one. People like using that with their snipers. Console kids love the AK-47.
For sure. It's not trash. It was usable sometimes.
Chat, B or A? I don't know if I could put it A. I agree with you. I couldn't put it.
Easy B.
Yeah, I couldn't put that A. AK-74U mid. Wellgun's definitely A tier. It's definitely A tier right now. Anyways.
I don't think the game has been out on it. It's hard for me.
Yeah, it is.
It hasn't. We haven't
right.
Felt
it is gonna be hard to compare the Vanguard one. Scar is ass. That's true.
Wait, Scar. Okay, there was like 2 weeks where the Scar was like crazy good in solos. Because the problem with the Scar isn't that it isn't strong, it's that you only have 30 rounds.
Well, we'll put it at C tier.
Yeah.
The SA-87 is not bad. A sleeper.
Yo, low-key, super low-key. Like, way back in the day, if we would have known about it,
yes.
like whenever the M4 was
yes.
I bet that would have been better.
Yes, 100%. By the way, there's a twist on this. Only one gets to go in the GOAT. Only one gets to go in the GOAT.
I know what my GOAT is.
I think I know. I think I know too.
I'm not gonna be biased about it.
AMAX S.
For sure.
For sure.
No
that's not even a fucking question. AN94 definitely better than the Scar, bro. Definitely better than the Scar,
bro. What? It hits the same. It hits just as hard as the M13, but it shoots way less speed.
AN94 C or B? AN is C.
So
okay.
hard.
By the way, we're also gonna rank these according to their. Like we'll swap the orders around once we get to the end. Vargo 52, it's too early, man. It's so good, but it's too early to. It just came out. I'm putting it B because like it's better than the XM4 is right now, and the XM4 is like up here for me. So Type 99, dude. I haven't really messed with the snipers. Trash.
I messed with the snipers. If there was one out of all of the guns, if I pick it up off the ground that I'm dropping, it's a Type 99.
AS Val. Dude, that thing in solos, if we're talking about solos, the AS Val is S tier.
I think the AS Val is S tier in general.
It's so good. I remember.
I was running quads for a while.
I remember, but
I was shitting on people.
All right, we'll do AS Val S tier, sure. AUG, my opinion, the burst guns are awful to use on mouse and key. They're kind of weird and wonky to use.
I just feel like the AUG was the worst DMR. And so,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was like, we're going to nerf the DMR, here, use this.
It can't be S unless it was like the best in its category. Like it was a worse
That's a good way. That's a really good way to put it. AX50, listen, bro.
Trash.
If you use the AX50, and I just watched myself use the AX50 yesterday, or today, in my reacting to my first win video. Awful. Awful. Don't use the AX50. PSH from Vanguard, I mean, it's hard to do the Vanguard guns. It's hard though. Cause like it was good for.
I don't think you put any Vanguard guns in S.
No.
I would give it A.
No.
I'd say it's an A.
Bruin, that's an S. That's an S. What do you mean? It literally took over Warzone for like 2 months.
I was gonna say A.
Chat.
All right, if you have to choose between the Bruin and the Grau, which one are you picking?
Grau. But they're not in the same class. That's an LMG. If one of the LMGs from Modern Warfare has to go in S tier.
All right, Bruin versus PKM.
The Bruin had more impact on the game. PKM, me and you know the PKM is better.
The PKM was better though, but just no one used it because we were stupid.
All right.
And with the same thing
all right.
as AS Val,
we're gonna do our opinion, not the.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, because the PKM was better. We were just dumb.
Yeah.
We were just like, Nick Merckx was like, yo, what's up, guys? We got another Bruin video, and I was like, yes, Nick Merckx, give me the Bruin.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, Nick.
I thought this was based on the current status and meta. No, this is like all time. They don't have to be at their prime because like obviously we're not gonna do like the Vanguard PPSH in its prime is probably S tier. It's only in its prime for, teeny tiny amount of time. So Bullfrog, A, 100%. It's not S tier. There's better guns than Bullfrog, right?
For sure.
Yeah. Dude, low key MP40 could be.
I would put it S.
Yeah, the MP40 and I think the MP40. We can just go ahead and put the MP40 and the Bren in S tier. C58. Still low-key one of the best guns in the game, but it is a little hard to use for some people. A. But then what about the XM4? Like the XM4 is S tier. I don't care what anybody says. The XM4 is S tier.
My problem with the XM4 being S tier is that it wasn't the best gun in the game whenever the Vanguard gun or whenever the Cold War guns were meta. There was not one point in the game where it was the best gun.
Debatable. I would say at the end of, I would say the last month of Cold War, the XM4 was the best gun in the game.
You thought it was better than the MG82?
Are we putting the MG82S? And they're also different tier. They're also like different guns.
I'm not putting the MG82S. No, but I'm just saying like there was no point where it was better. Like the Krig, I would put the Krig over the XM4 because the Krig was broken for so long, like just so broken, no recoil, you just get beamed. Like I would say the Krig is like the Kilo. Like I would put the XM4 with like the Ram, where I would say the Ram was. Even though I love the Ram, I love the Ram.
Got the Ram on my wall.
Yeah.
Got the Ram on my motherfucking wall. Look at this chat. Ram Intervention XM4. Best guns in COD history. EMR, I mean, dude, are we, like... we're not, it's not even a debate.
I love that gun so much.
Bro, I can't say the gun name in chat. Yeah, we don't use the K word in chat. We don't use that gun. FAL.
I'd give that A.
You give that an A?
Dude,
it was never good as the SMG one. The SMG one was sick.
It was lit. I love that. I'd give it an A as an SMG.
The SMG FAL might be my favorite SMG that I've ever used. FAL A tier? There's no way. S if you're a hacker. Yeah, I'm gonna put a B because it's not a. It's meant to be a primary and it was never good as a primary. And also the SMG thing was for like a month maybe. Car 98 Vanguard. I'd give it a B. Yeah. Farah 83. That's gotta go A. It's just as good as the C58 and the XM. Like it's in that category of the C58 XM4. It's like they're all there. Yeah. The Farah just has a slow reload, and it was good as an SMG for like 2 months. Fennec, that's like the hardest B there is, I think.
Oh, we're going. Oh my god, Traverse, trash.
Can we talk about how bad some of the W additions were? Like the Fennec, the ISO. Like the Fennec, it was supposed to be the Vector. If any gun was supposed to be broken, it should have been this one. We got the ISO. Let's put that trash. FFAR.
Go. Yes.
That's not GOAT. The FFAR is not GOAT.
Dude, the FFAR DMR meta, goated. Maybe
Dude, we're gonna have a bugging battle for GOAT. Finn, trash. Dude, the Finn is one of the best guns in the game right now. TTK wise and accuracy wise, I'll give it a B. But the Finn is really good.
The problem with the Modern Warfare guns is that they've had years to have a lifespan. So like, you know, the Brin's been good for 2 months, but that's the whole, like that's the only sample size. But the Finn was dog shit ever, and now it's decent. So like
Growl, not even a question.
Growl, right?
Dude. The Growl might be the GOAT. I don't know. We'll talk about it. But it's gonna be so hard.
It's not the best gun in the category. AMAX or Growl. We have to do this now.
No, we're not gonna do this now. We're saving this for the end of the video. We're gonna reorganize these. Cooper, A, 100%, 100% A. HDR, A. The BAR, it's okay.
B, yeah, for
B.
Sure. It was good for a little bit. S.
Yeah, this is like
no question.
Automaton. Oh, if we put, is it though?
It was good. The SCG has been better for longer in the game.
That's true. Well, that'll be like a high B. That'll be like a B plus. AS44, C.
3-line is the best.
3-line. We'll give that a B. Kilo, that's gotta be an S. I hate the fucking Kilo, but it's S. XM4, like, dude, the XM4 is better than the Kilo.
The impact that the XM4 had on
That's
the
true.
game.
That's true. If we're talking about that as well, yeah. If it's me personally, the RAM and the XM4 are like high S. Personally, I know that's not everybody else. SPR are pretty bad, ain't it? No, SPR is really good. Tundra, C. That was like the sniper that you thought was gonna be the sniper.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. Krig.
S.
Yeah. Go S for the Krig. Type 63. Bro, literally, this is what I'm talking about. We had the Fennec, which is the Vector. We had the Striker, which is the UMP-45. We had the ISO. Like, this gun should have been amazing. They did the UMP-45. They did MW2 dirty.
Bro, I think we should put the Kilo in A.
Why?
Because the AMAX and the Kilo were met at the same time. The AMAX was better. So we have to pick one of those two. Because those were out at the same time. Because the Growl didn't get nerfed.
I mean, objectively, the AMAX is better, but the Kilo is the gun of Warzone. Like, that's what everybody thinks of when they think of Warzone.
I don't think that. Chad, you think of that? You think of the Kilo? I think it's Mimi. I think the Kilo's A, personally. And I think there's a strong argument for it.
You definitely have a good.
Put the Kilo next to any gun in that list, it just doesn't hold up. Any gun in this list.
I mean, that's a controversial opinion. I see what
Which
you're saying.
gun is it
You
better
have logic. There's logic here for sure, chat.
Which gun is it better than an A? The thing is, the Krig had a spell where there wasn't a gun that was better than it. The Kilo never had that. It always had the AMAX or the Grau or something was better.
I'm gonna piss off so many people doing that, but I don't care. LC10, I kind of mess with the LC10. Yeah, overall, there was a point where it was an A, but yeah, better than the Groza. Better than you're saying the M13 and the M13 and the Fennec are the same gun.
The M13 is better than the Groza?
Yes. Yep. M13 is gonna be for me. M16. This is a tough one. M4A1 A.
Yeah, such an A gun.
M82.
Anyone that doesn't think that's an A gun, you're bugging.
Stoner A. High B.
High A.
High A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was
we did get slammed by
Yeah.
everyone that competes with the Stoner.
Q bent me over with the Stoner. Didn't miss a bullet in my head.
SPR's got to be A, right? Stan's gonna hate us because it's not better than the car. It's not better than the car. It's not.
Bro, I would say B or C.
Nah. SPR is still one of the best snipers in the game. If we're playing regular BR, it goes for me, car, Swiss, SPR, and we're not putting.
Which makes it B.
We're not putting the Swiss in A. Why
Swiss would go A, SPR would be B for me. Sure.
I don't know about that, bro. The Swiss and Car 98 went for like 3 months of being like neck and neck. Just depends on what you like better. GR or SPR?
Yep. That's just so wild. You want me to give my reason why, or do you want to keep moving on?
Go ahead.
The SPR is the worst version of the Car 98. The HDR is in its own category of being the best long-range sniper in the game because there's no bullet drop-off. So the SPR is just worse than the Car 98. The HDR is an A over the SPR because I would say they're in the same category. But it just does, it's like the love child of the car in the HDR, and it just does it. It's like the same thing as the fucking, whatever it's called, the X50. But it's just like, it like leans more to the car.
Listen, I agree with you. But you put me in a 1v1 against myself, all odds, all variables taken out, the SPR is going to beat the HDR.
Unless you're 500 meters away and you bop someone in the head because no bullet drop or bullet velocity loss.
Yeah, but that's that doesn't happen very often. Unless you're an ATC kid. We got any ATC gamers in the chat?
I'm just saying HDR serves a specific purpose in every
For
scenario.
sure.
Okay, so if I'm 500 meters away, I want the HDR over any gun in the game. You can find any scenario for me, and you cannot pick out the SPR.
I'm taking the ZRG at any range.
Okay, whatever. But my point is that you can always find a point where the Car 98, or there are 2 snipers in front of the SPR for every scenario. At least 2
That's
for
true.
every
That's
scenario.
true. Then I'm gonna leave them both in B.
I feel like the HDR would be A.
I disagree. I'm gonna leave
That's
it there.
crazy.
It's not better. The RPD is
sure.
not better than the Fin. We'll put it low B. It's not better than the Fin. It's not better than the Fin.
Right now,
Mac
it's
10 S tier. For me, it's going up here. If I could leave it there, I would, but it just wouldn't be right. If I would have known about the Ram 7 when the game first started, nobody would have touched me. I think the QBZ is a C.
I think it's trash.
You think it's trash?
Dog shit. Horrible.
Dude, the QBZ is better than the A94 and the Scar.
I think they're trash too. Other than I don't.
The QBZ has one of the highest TTKs in the game right now. PKM.
If we did, I feel like.
Is the PKM better than the Stoner? We got the Stoner and the Bruin in A. One of them, like, we got to figure this out.
I think we have to move the Bruin to S.
I agree.
Because if you're not doing the Ram and shit.
Yeah.
Even though it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right. Like, I am taking all time, I'm taking the Ram, the XM4, PKM, and like the Car 98 for like my all time. Sure. Yeah, it was never the best gun in its category. Wasn't even close. Better than the LC10 too, right? P90 B. P90 is good. Don't disrespect P90. Don't just Odin fucking
B. Look me in the eyes and tell me that Odin isn't better than the AN94 and the Scar.
Okay, you're right. MP7 A. I don't care what any of you say. The MP7 is the fucking kilo of SMGs.
Should have been. It would be S if it would have had a longer life.
Yes, and we're not putting the MP7 and the MP5 in the same category. We're just not doing that. You don't think so? That's true. Yeah, Mac 10's up there. That's true. Last gun is the Milano. All right, now the fun starts. We gotta organize all these according to their category. We won't do B tier. We'll just do A, S, and then we'll figure out our GOAT.
All of them.
Yeah, what is the worst gun in Warzone of all time? We got Dragunov, the G43, the ISO. D-Batch saying Striker. Tess is saying Striker.
Let me make an argument for the Striker and the Dragunov.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We all are saying that they're the worst. Why? Because what is the one gun on this list that's so bad you never even picked it up or tried it?
The Gorenko.
There's one gun I'm looking at, bro. I'm looking at it heavy.
The ISO?
No. I'm not gonna say which one it is.
Imagine, dude. I'd get so many comments. Dude, I don't know what you're trying to say. The FR556.
The M80, bro. When have you ever seen anyone you've ever picked up an M80? It's never been on the ground. You've never seen an M80 in the game ever. Not
The M80 was on the ground for an entire season.
When?
Okay, so we're not doing a Vanguard gun for the WOT because it's too early. If we're talking about Modern Warfare and Cold War, I would probably agree with you. The M80 is probably the worst out of all of these. I would least like to use the M80. So let's organize A tier. Ram 7 staying top. Kilo has to stay up there. The Krig has to stay up there. Which is better, the Kilo or the Krig?
Krig.
You think so?
The Krig had way less recoil.
Yeah, the Krig did. The Krig literally had negative
did not
recoil.
move.
Yeah, Krig literally didn't have any.
Let's talk about Ram Stoner.
Ram versus Stoner.
The Stoner.
The Ram has the highest bullet velocity in the game, and it's one of the easiest recoils to control. This thing had low bullet velocity, but it just hit really hard, and it was really slow. I'm not. This is my list. I'm not putting. If I'm not put, I'll be okay not putting the Ram at S, but it's going top A.
My thing with the Ram.
PKM versus Stoner. Which one are you taking?
Stoner.
Really?
Objectively, as much as I love.
I disagree. Yeah, I disagree, but I'll do that. PKM right behind the Stoner, dude. You have no idea.
Nuts, dude.
You have
I'm
no
telling
idea.
You
You didn't play.
That was one gun that traumatized me. You make one wrong move and you are dead.
C58 better than the Stoner? No. Okay. We got AUG.
Goes to the front.
AUG goes to the front.
In front of Ram.
No.
AUG in front of Ram.
No.
All right, chat. For everyone that isn't Berg, the AUG is in front of Ram.
XM4 right here. Can you agree with that? I think that's reasonable.
I don't think. I would say it's in front of. I would move the Kilo behind Stoner, the PKM. Sure. I would move it back.
We can't put the XM4 in front of the Kilo because, like you said, I mean, both of these guns never had.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I think we're looking good. M4 is better than the Faro, right?
Yeah, and I would move the MP5 in front of the
Yeah. I think the SMGs go MP5, Mac 10, MP5.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets spicy, bro. Vanguard guns, I'm sorry, but like you're bottom of S tier no matter what. What are guns that are similar?
Well, okay, this is hard because we have the GOAT, right? So I think we just need to pick a GOAT.
Do we need to pick a GOAT first? Okay. You could make the argument for any of these guns to be the GOAT. Well, not any of these guns. We're thinking Tom Brady, Michael Jordan of Warzone. When we're talking about that, there are three guns that come to mind. It is the Kar 98, the AMAX, and the Grau. I know people are gonna say the FFAR, but these guns were meta for way longer than the FFAR. And for me personally, the GOAT is the Kar 98 because it has been meta. It is still the best sniper in the game. It has been the best gun in the game to kill somebody as quick as possible. It is the best gun in the game for the entirety of 2 years. We've been in Warzone for exactly 2 years today. The Kar 98 has been meta the entire time. Has been the best gun in the game the entire time.
So when was the game at what gun was the meta? March of last year?
FFAR.
The peak of Warzone. The FFAR. And if you ask people what their most fond memory of the video game was, it was the FFAR. Like if you.
But does that make it the GOAT though?
Tally it up. It's like, oh, the FFAR meta, bro. I wish I could go back to FFAR meta, bro. The FFAR for months, bro. You could use an AR. There were times, and I'm not trolling. I would kill someone with my FFAR and pick up their FFAR from the ground and run around with two of them hoes. And you can't tell me you didn't do it either.
I'm gonna put the Kar in the GOAT. You just like it is the fastest way to kill somebody, and it has been meta the entire game, which is kind of surprising, to be honest. I'm surprised they haven't nerfed it more. Let's rank S tier. So we're leaving FFAR at the top. AMAX and Grau, which one's better?
AMAX.
You think so?
100%.
I can agree with that. Yeah, I can agree with that. Especially during its prime. I didn't use it during its prime because I was using this. But during its prime, it was, yes, I agree. Grau Bruin. I'm taking the Grau. Right?
See, I'm noticing the two that you skipped.
The EM2 and the DMR? Okay, we can talk about that, but I'm just talking about Grau versus Bruin.
The Grau for sure.
The EM2 was good for like a month and a half.
I'm putting the MP5 in front of the AMAX.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Before they nerfed it,
No, the MP5 is in the GOAT conversation. Like, if we're talking about 3 of the GOATs, the MP5 is in there. But the reason I didn't put it in there, well, the reason we didn't put it in there is because Kar 98 and FFAR are primaries. Yes, an SMG is not effective at all ranges. MP5 was meta, the longest meta other than the Kar 98. I think that's a pretty damn good list. I'm not gonna lie. People are gonna hate us for the Kilo in the Krig, but listen, bro, there are just better guns. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, or dislike the video if you like the Kilo as much as you think you do, and subscribe if you're new around here. Hope you enjoyed today's video.